medicine for centuries. It was used to aid childbirth, to quicken delivery, and stop bleeding afterwards. So naturally, a pharmaceutical company looked into its potential benefits in the early decades of the 20th century. One guy at the company, chemist Albert Hofmann, was tasked with isolating the compounds and trying to synthesize it by other means so that maybe it wouldn't kill you. In 1938, he tried a few variations, but not with much success. On a few animal experiments, however, he noticed that one variation, lysergic acid diethylamine 25 or LSD-25, had a strange effect on the mice. They acted excited for some reason. But still, the company didn't think much of the compound and mostly forgot about it. Hofmann, however, couldn't stop thinking about it and those excited animals. A few years later, he tried to recreate the compound, but one day while working on it, he felt a little strange. He went home and laid down, and well, he tripped the heck out. But he couldn't figure out what did it. He knew LSD could be poisonous, so he took extra precautions to avoid ingestion. So he concluded that he absorbed a tiny amount of LSD through his fingertips. Well, he made the compound and proceeded to experiment on himself for a while, and the rest is history. LSD became a centerpiece of the counterculture movement in the 1960s after the patents expired. Millions saw it as a way to expand their spiritual horizons. But soon there was a cultural and literal crackdown on any sort of drug, and LSD became illegal in 1968. Since then, it's been really difficult to study in a lab because of legal restrictions. I mean, it's hard to get funding for something that's still technically illegal. It's still classified by the Drug Enforcement Administration as a Schedule I drug, labeling it as one of the most dangerous drugs, with no currently accepted medical use and a high potential for abuse. But from early experiments and a few recent ones, we know some things about the drug. It works in a few ways. One study published in the journal Cell Press found that hallucinogens like LSD work on serotonin receptors in the brain called 5-HT2A receptors. While you might know serotonin is the feel-good drug, it actually has a number of different uses in the brain. Claire Stanford, a psychopharmacologist at University College London, thinks that serotonin helps keep a handle on perception and actually stops us from hallucinating. So by blocking the serotonin receptors in your brain with LSD, your brain just kind of loses its grip on perception. Or another idea, Andrew Sewell, a Yale psychiatrist who studies psychedelic drugs, thinks that LSD enhances some part of your perception, that such drugs lower activity in your thalamus. It sits at the center of your brain and filters your sensory information from all your nerves. Sewell thinks that by dampening down this filter, you become more aware of the information actually coming into your system. So sights and sounds become louder or brighter, and you might start seeing things you never noticed before. Or you might just start seeing things, period. But